Hi everybody, this is Robert Brighton, and today on All That Glitters we begin a series of videos that will go into a very famous, unsolved, until now, case of murder from the Gilded Age. And that is the death of little Marian Murphy in 1902. It's a very tragic story, as you'll see. And it is a story that not only defied police and investigators at the time, but has since defied them until now. I've spent, oh gosh, a year, I think, digging up all kinds of stuff on Marian Murphy, her family, possible suspects. And so today I'm going to begin this series that looks into a very troubling true crime that was never solved. And I just hope that whether my solution is the right solution or not, I hope it will get people interested in solving the case of little Marian Murphy and bringing some justice to her, because she deserves it. So with that, let's begin. Marian Murphy was a cute little girl, just shy of her 6th birthday. She lived in a more or less working class enclave in Buffalo, New York. Her father, Cornelius Murphy, sold subscriptions to a Catholic newspaper, so he was always out and about knocking on doors trying to sell subscriptions. Marian was one of 3, and she was very small for her age. She was just over 4 feet tall. She only weighed about 35 or 40 pounds, just a little thing, curly blonde hair. But a real cutie and a bit of a pistol, because one evening, a warm June evening in 1902, after dinner, Marian said to her mom that she wanted to go out and play. And a friend of hers had been given a nickel by her mom for being a good girl and eating her whole dinner that night, and they were going to go to a candy shop on nearby Malta Place. Okay. Well, the mom said, well, I don't know, it's getting to be dusk, maybe you should stay at home, Marian, all that, but your dad's not home and he probably won't be for several hours, so as long as you are back before he gets home, go ahead. And we all know that kids had a lot more freedom to roam around and stuff in the past than they do today. There's a lot more supervision today. But even when I was a kid, which does seem like a long time ago now, I was out all day. My mom and dad didn't know where I was. So anyway, things have changed. But in those days, so it's not so weird, I don't think, and it's not neglectful necessarily, because that just wasn't a thing in those days. Kids went out and played, and then they came home when mom or dad called. Well, anyway, Marian goes out and she meets her little friend. Well, Marian's towing along with her little brother's tricycle. Marian doesn't know how to ride the tricycle, but she's bringing it along with her anyway. And when she meets her friend, the friend said, nice tricycle. And Marian, who seemed to have a head for business, said, well, guess what? I'll let you ride as long as you let me carry the nickel your mom gave you so we can go to the candy store together. So little Marian lets her friend ride the tricycle, and she gets to keep charge of the money as they walk to the candy store on Malta Place. They got a candy each. They got 4 cents in change, which Marian also decided to keep track of and let her friend continue to ride the tricycle. And when they came out of the candy store, Marian and her friend parted ways. The friend decided she wanted to ride home on the borrowed tricycle. And of course, Marian was on foot, so she followed afterwards. And this is where things get weird, because Marian never arrived home. Now, home was only a block and a half away. It wasn't far, but she never arrived home. And as the minutes passed and then the hours, of course, Mrs. Murphy became more and more frantic. Finally, Mr. Murphy arrives home around 10:30 that night, after a very long day of knocking on doors selling Catholic newspapers. And he arrives home to find his wife distraught because little Marian hasn't come home. They mount a search. They call the police. The police don't want to do anything because the little girl hasn't been missing for very long, they say. She'll probably turn up. So they don't really do anything that night. And so the Murphys spend a very, very long night without their little daughter at home. Now, when we pick up next time I'm going to go into the investigation. We now know what happened. We don't know why, and we don't know who did it. But Marian Murphy is gone. And we'll pick up with the investigation next time.